Guys, welcome back. Got first time guest with me, Cornelious, Mr. Constitution Eccles.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
What's up? What's up? What's happening?
Thank you very much for joining us.
Most definitely.
Just first of all, how did you get the nickname Mr. Constitution? I know, but you know.
I just I guess by by studying them laws for real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By I guess knowing my purpose, kind of see what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or knowing having going deeper than what everybody else think. Like we can't just be here. You know what I'm saying? Just be here, just to be here. You see what I'm saying? And wanted to know the rules to the game. That's when anything I play, I want to be the best. So it came pretty much like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation when I was like 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Got pulled over by a cop. Asked me did I want to take a ride. I wasn't really thinking what he was meaning. You see what I'm saying? Um, Planted drugs on us, like some weed on me and my friend. We was just going to go to the Nike camp. You know what I'm saying? Down in South Birmingham. Pulled us out the car. I went to jail for disorderly conduct. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything though. See what I'm saying? Go to trial, plead my innocence. He sat up there and said he's told us to do this and do that. He sat up there and lied. You know what I'm saying? I was in tears, dog. You know what I'm saying? That was like it's just a disorderly conduct. I just didn't do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't nothing but a fine. But since that day, I made a plow to myself like, you won't never have my life. And if you can do that to me, what can you do to me?
So
I'm
what did you
saying?
do? Did you go get some education? Did you go to school? How did you
Yeah,
attain
went
this
to
knowledge? Did you know what I'm saying, end up,
yeah.
studying obviously for years now?
Respectfully, I went to Smartphone University. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? I opened up my phone. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest things I had in my phone that I never paid attention to was my phone. You see what I'm saying? Was my phone. So I pretty much got straight to it, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that, like, whenever, I guess, just to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, it never happened to me again, you know what I'm saying, or if I could keep it happening from anybody else and then passing it along to my kids. Because some of them, they like to pick and choose which piece of the Constitution they go by. You see what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. And if our ancestors fought for me to be a part of this Constitution, then I want to know all about it. Just like you're not having no license to drive, you know, all that good stuff that's in there as well.
So what are some of the weirdest things that while you were digging, learning, just what's some of the things that stuck out to you that nobody knew?
You don't need no license to drive. You need license to commit commerce. Define commerce. Commerce is business. For us reacting to CDLs, conducting business. That's why an insurance company can insure you without a license. Driving license is they try to consider it as a privilege. You know what I'm saying? But it's your right to travel from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying?
So would a
Automobile.
commute to work be considered commerce?
That's a good.
I'm
That's
thinking
a,
of that in real time.
that's a good question, but no, that's your private.
Oh,
You
that's
can
my
consider
private right.
you can consider privacy. It's all a word game how you put stuff. You see what I'm saying? If you have the right to travel, you see what I'm saying. It says it in the Constitution. I didn't write it, so I'm just the person that's gonna make sure you give this to me.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it says it right here in black and white, you know what I mean? In federal law trumps state law, Constitution. I don't care what ordinance that you got. I don't care what state law code you got. When the feds come into play, in the federal law and they done wrote it, you know what I'm saying? Supreme Court law trumps all them state laws and ordinance every time. I don't care if it contradicts it, and no matter they trump it every time. I
So
think it's Murdoch versus Birmingham 390 US 396.
so so federal law trumps state law. Okay. So
Supreme Court law.
yeah, federal Supreme Court law. Okay, so that's why if the trial get too big, it go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, there's three levels of court. You see what I'm saying? You have three levels. You got the city, county, feds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask a question for everybody. Should family court laws be revised? Are they outdated? Should they be revised? Is everything square and fair for everybody in family court laws as far as children involved and custody and
Yeah.
ability to see the child and who's gonna pay what and things of this nature is everything on the up and up, or should it be revised?
It should definitely be revised. Definitely be revised. Because I'm a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, it's not the fact of having an issue of you know what I'm saying, I guess initiating child support, you know what I'm saying, it's not a problem, you know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. It's the fact that how they go about it. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it's not the fact that doing for your child, but you have bills and rent without a child. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? When we break it down and have basis, you know what I'm saying? When you become a grown up, you have rent, you have light bill. You know what I mean? And I don't feel as though a man or a woman, whichever way it goes, you know what I'm saying, should just because you have a child together have to take care of that person's bills or subject to those person's bills. It should be just that child in general. In general, you see what I'm saying? I just feel as though that, and also to be honest with you, it's illegal anyway. In my research.
So, and that's why I was asking you what was some of the craziest things you found in the research. You can't say stuff like that on this major, and you know I'm finna ask what do you mean it's illegal anyway? Listen, hold on, just hear me out. Just with the common sense, right? We want to take care of our kids.
Most definitely.
I think all guys, women, everybody want to take care of their kids and want the ability for their kids to be in their life.
Right.
With that being said, how would it be illegal to?
Because they can't. They just like it's. I can't recall. I studied so much. I can't recall it right off. But I can put you in some type of, you know what I'm saying, parameter. First of all, there's no consent given. You know what I'm saying, for the state to just take your money. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like you already pay taxes. It's like we just telling you gonna pay it regardless. Like anybody go to child support court and the guilty. I'm talking about you might get one in every blue moon. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you forcing me to pay. You see what I'm saying? And it's not a fact that I not want to pay. Everybody has different strokes in life. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be honest and think about, you know what I mean? Like $1,000 a week. The cheapest rent is $800. I mean, $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? That's $4,000 a month. We're gonna break it down. But $1,000 a month, your rent $1,000. Leave you with $3. You know what I'm saying? Light bill $500. You know what I'm saying? Leave you with $2,500. Now you got $2,500. You ain't $8. You ain't got no car yet. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff plays a factor. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's just you get part of the chain game. And I had to really to give those laws. I have to, I guess, go back in and see. But I know for a fact, 120% sure that it's illegal. And I'm working on getting paid back from the child support every last penny I done paid. Not to disclose into my baby mama because she's doing a good job, but it's the fact that the state took the money from me without my consent.
So is it okay if I tell our personal story?
Yeah.
So is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So a couple years back we were in child support court together, and you were called before me, you know. And so I'm hearing you up there saying I didn't consent, and you telling these folks these laws and these and all this. I was like, hey, he tripping, and I actually talked about it on a podcast. I said I'm gonna get that guy on the pod though. And so, what made you feel like that you could tell them what was going on or what you was and weren't going to do?
Right. Because first and foremost, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? With that being said, you know what I mean? It's up to you to grasp the knowledge of what this world brings. It's a whole game. And if you think about it as a game, and you thinking about it as what's the rules to the game? The Constitution. It's what you can and what you can't do. You know what I mean? Trump turn around and have write-offs all day long and riding a first-class plane for free. You know what I'm saying? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So if you fail to educate yourself, then no one is to blame but yourself. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You can say it's a struggle, or if I don't got it all. I ain't the best in the world. I'm just soaking the knowledge up, and I'm gonna get there, and I am gonna get there. You understand me? Without somebody, I'm gonna die trying.
Yeah, you gonna get there. So, did you achieve what you wanted to achieve that day, or did the judge bust you down, pause, and take your bag?
Yeah. He still bust me down. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I'm saying? He still bust me down. But it's the fact, like, when you're silent, that's your consent.
Yeah.
So when I take him to federal court and ask for my money back, did Mr. Eccles tell you that he consented to anything that you did? Did Mr. Eccles voice his concerns in the county court? Did Mr. Eccles not agree to the child support that was given to him? Did Mr. Eccles file a motion? See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All that's going to be a yes when we go to federal court. See what I'm saying? because you had 2 levels of court. It's so much knowledge, Major. I soak so much up in, and then sometimes I have to go back and, you know what I'm saying, enlighten myself a little bit, just fresh myself up. Okay, that's what it was, because there's so much knowledge, you can never get enough out here.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? When it comes to this particular thing, you see what I'm saying? Because I wasn't born to work all my life. Everybody commute every day, G. You see what I'm saying? If you wake up in the morning, I sit back on the porch and I just sit back. Everybody going to. We weren't born just to make this world go around, because other individuals not. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't born just to work till I'm 65, get a retirement, and die. So what is the game plan? What is America doing? And that's when I found out America's not a country; it's a corporation.
It's a business.
Yes, that's when I found that out.
Yeah, we're having a business war right now, and they're using words like tariffs and things of this nature.
Yeah.
We're in war right now. I don't know if people. We're in an economic war right now because one business is fighting another business, and the businesses are named America and China. Yeah. But people act like they can't see that.
Yeah, they can't see that. Then especially when they came out, I'm talking about. That's why, like, I guess I had to stop trying to wake up people, you know what I'm saying? Because most people they go with what they know. Like, you have to be an open-minded individual to understand that if I tell you don't need no license to drive, I know it for 100%, 120%.
But that's scary, though.
And you don't even want to look it up. You just want to go with what you was taught and keep going. And that's what my mentor and other people was telling me. That's just the unwoken is. You have to lead them, babe. They'll wake up. He said, what took you to come on? I said, it was a person saying the same thing. He was telling me the same thing, Major, and I guess what? I told him, boy, man, nobody want to hear that. And then guess what? One day, I looked into it, and I've been hitting it ever since. I said, that nigga was right, man.
But this is my thing with the license, right? I'm just a guy. I just want to go on by my way and get my car. And if I get pulled over, I ain't done nothing wrong. Yeah. I just want to give them what they asked for and get on out of here. I don't want to have an argument with the officer and possibly get my car impounded. That's a bag. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what about that?
So that's what it comes with a lot of these people with certain cases. That's what
I'm soft.
No, it ain't that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying. That's what they want. That's what they want, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Compliance.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
okay, I know I'm supposed to.
You saying I'm soft?
I know. I didn't say you soft. It's like, you know you don't supposed to have, you ain't got to have no license, but you go buy it anyway. You know you don't supposed to buy no tag, but you go buy it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just so I don't want to go through all the, you know what I'm saying? But once you establish yourself and who you are, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? You stand up. I just stand up for it. Mind you, I ain't going to say, I done got my car towed. You know what I'm saying? Before, I done got it back too for free. Let's speak about that too. You know what I'm saying? Not only, it comes with it, like, if you stand those grounds or be like that, I suggest anybody to get pulled over by the police. You know what I'm saying? Understand that he can take you out the car, Pennsylvania versus Mims, but they stressed it. You see what I'm saying? He can take you out the car only if he feels as though his life is in danger. See what I'm saying? So he can go use anything anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I suggest still stand your ground. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You can be in compliance as well. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, be all irate. You know what I'm saying? You can tell him how you feel. I talk to him any kind of way. And when I figure out that he's trying to violate my rights, if he's a good cop, you know what I'm saying, and giving me respect, then I'm going to give him. But as soon as he shout out some bullshit or try to, you know what I'm saying, or holler some fake ass, you know what I'm saying, some fake penal codes or whatever, try to violate my rights in any type of way, that's when the conversation and the traffic stop going to go left. Because first of all, I don't want to talk no more. Second of all, I need your supervisor. You see what I'm saying? Second, and then third of all, I'm finna plead my Fifth Amendment. I don't want to talk unless I got my attorney present. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? You work for me, we're going to get that understood first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? My tax dollars pay you to work for me, so you're going to treat me as such, public servant. Because that's what he is.
But Cornelius, at this point, I'm a young officer. I'm scared. I'm intimidated, not just physically, but you just intellectually intimidated me as well, saying all this cold crap that I don't even retain. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so now I am afraid, and I just want to just lock you up. Yeah. I just want to just lock you up and get you on out the way.
Yeah, I suggest,
because I don't want no smoke.
Right, I suggest don't never fight with them. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, that's another law for another day, because you can. you can you can fight an unlawful arrest. You know what I'm saying? You can defend yourself against unlawful arrest, but that's a story for another day. But my advisement to the people, is just comply. You know what I'm saying? If we want to arrest you, then we're gonna take them to court. You see what I'm saying? A lot of police officers don't get mad or care about lawsuits or people because a lot of people call a lot of people bluff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But they don't have to pay out the lawsuit. You see what I'm saying? The people do. You see what I'm saying? When they keep violating our rights, like with the Steve Perkins thing, we was marching and they talking about you couldn't have your guns when the march. I'm talking about, I said, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? That's our first.
I thought I seen everybody had their guns.
Yeah, I'm talking about I had mine anyway the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, what was he saying? Your First Amendment, you need a permit. You don't need no permit. You know what I'm saying? Your Constitution, like I told you before, your constitutional laws super exceed any state law or whatever. Now, they're there. The state is here to govern your constitutional right. See what I'm saying? Now, if we was getting out of hand or doing some rowdy shit and committing, you know what I'm saying, committing crimes, then they can govern it to a certain situation. But other than that, nah.
Okay, so now we got a segue into the Steve Perkins situation because you brought it up, and I do remember people out there with the big. I think Mr. T had a.
I had one with him. They were trying to keep us from. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he was marching with it.
Yeah, but I was trying to keep us from marching with it though. You see what I'm saying? Me and him went personally up there together and talked to the chief. You know what I'm saying? Talked to his assistant because he wasn't there. About toting the guns. You can't tell me I can exercise my first, but not my second, and not my sixth, and not my third. I can exercise all 14 of them at one time if I can.
So we covered this before, but now it's new things going on in the case finally.
And what?
And it's new things going on in the Steve Perkins case now.
Yeah.
And so to follow up, from what we already know, the tow truck driver had already left, and they returned with the police.
Yeah.
The police was kind of in a spot where you would call it a natural ambush. Surveillance footage showed Steve Perkins backing away, and Steve's not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Same age as me, 1984. I know his mom. Shout out to his wife, Catrella.
Shout out to Catrella. Yeah, Nick. Nick. The whole family.
Shout out to Nick. Yeah, it's really crazy. Still, right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to see Steve. Great guy.
Yeah, I done seen him a few times. You remember them Tiffany Young China Mercedes long back in the day, the dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? I had all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So now is new things popping off in the case, and the officer has been charged, and so he tried to do a immunity trial for stand your ground. He tried to do a stand your ground immunity trial, I think, and the judge denied it. So now you got to move forward for a trial, but I think he's trying to appeal that, just to, like you said off camera, just to save some time. So, what do you think about what's going on now with that situation?
Man. It's a lot, man. I personally pray that the outcome come out the way that it should, and that it shows, and that it's very, very picture perfect. But
crystal clear.
But it's just he's giving it. Anybody else has the right to due process. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to take my feelings out of it, like most situations, I've been working on my emotional intelligence. You see what I'm saying? And like if I care so much about something, I have to take myself out of it so I could give the other person the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting myself in a third person type of view. See what I'm saying? He has the right to appeal. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. It's several times he can appeal appeal. He can ask for a continuance as well on the trial. See what I'm saying? He can appeal each case that he get. The immunity hearing, he can appeal it. So that means that it'll prolong the trial for his first time. And then when the trial date comes, he can also put in another appeal.
I thought they had a trial date for June.
Yeah, they had one at first as well. But what I'm saying is once he appeals the hearing, it'll probably push that back. And then when he turn around and the court get ready to come up for the date, when they rule on the immunity hearing as though, hey, what we said stands or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Now we on to the trial. When the trial date comes, he can put in for a continuance as well. See what I'm saying? Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, you at least get what I've been doing in court. I think you get one or two. You see what I'm saying? That's the second one is all kind of depending on the judge. I may be wrong, so don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote me on that. But it ain't doing nothing but buying time for real. You know what I'm saying? Buying time to me personally. he's scared at this point. You see what I'm saying? Trying to spend much time with his family as he can, because I think he knows it's over with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's me taking myself out and emotionally, you know what I'm saying, emotionally looking at the situation without my emotion, without my feelings involved. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, to be honest, I don't care what it is. I wish he died just like he did. I feel as though I stand strongly on the eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? It's just my personal belief. That has nothing to do with anybody in the movement. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though it's an eye for an eye. I feel as though you should die too.
So now, I feel you with the emotional intelligence. That's that's a big thing that I always try to keep in the forefront of my mind about myself. You know what I'm saying? And try to remove a lot of the emotion out. You know, especially when I'm talking about subjects like this. But how did you feel when you seen him smiling, kind of smirking, walking out? You know, it threw me off just a little bit. And I was like, and then I thought to myself, I said, well, Major, I seen Roy Jones smirk when he took that lick from Antonio Tarver.
Yeah.
I think it was, who took him down that night. Pause.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had seen Roy in a situation like that. I know it's an old fight I'm talking about, but I had never seen Roy in a situation like that. And when he took the lick, initially he started smiling and laughing like, oh, this ain't nothing.
Right.
And so I think he was nervous. And so like what you just said, like I want to give everybody the benefit of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can, you know, they got their right. And so he got his right to be nervous or afraid. Because I mean, my God, this is the biggest things that happened in this young man's life too. But you know, but a life been taken, and then I seen a smirk. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen Steve Perkins. We was at the new core assessment together at Calhoun. And he was big. He was Steve Perkins, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about, bro, I don't even think he got a traffic ticket, you understand me?
This man ain't got a traffic ticket.
And then shit like it's like, man, it's like, bro, like it can't be, you know what I mean? Like you can't paint a picture of all of us like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like now. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I think T.I. said it the best. You know what I'm saying? I can give you whatever you want. We can go to this law. You know what I'm saying? Or we can go to the streets. Or I can give you whichever one you want. And then I can go home and be a wonderful dad as well. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you can't just, we ain't all the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't never been in trouble, you know what I'm saying, that I know of. You know what I'm saying? So you can't paint him out to be who you want him to be. You see what I'm saying? Or who you thought you was gonna use for as a scapegoat. It ain't gonna happen like that.
When they told me initially, I was like, Steve, like this. It's a good dude. What they talking about? But
that smirk, I'm gonna get back to that smirk you was talking about. That smirk, you know what I'm saying? From what I've been dealing with, that smirk, like I'm so that it boiled my blood when I see it. And then he littered, the same thing they arrested me for. And when they took me to jail, he threw his piece of gum out on the courthouse. He littered on the courthouse property. I went to jail for not even littering. You know what I'm saying? But supposedly, allegedly littering. But that smirk on his face, either I'm gonna tell you just what it do for me. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't have no problem with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But this is just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though somebody either told him something, he promised something, or who smiles or smirks, you facing the rest of your life in prison. See what I'm saying? So that's just my gut feeling. Either that or you just a devilish. Like it can be several things, man, but it don't sit well with me. You see what I'm saying? It don't sit well. The smirk don't sit well with me. And they say that allegedly that he was somewhat, but I can't also say something about somebody grieving, but he ain't grieving here. You know what I'm saying? He going through something. I gotta give him that. You know what I'm saying? But like, who in the world was smirk on a murder charge facing unless you have no heart, bro? You know what I'm saying? Even if let's say for instance, like, you know what I'm saying, what if you was on trial for murder, bro, and you got a picture for murder? Would you be looking at the camera like this?
This is my only thing in all seriousness. The only thing I feel about that in real life, when I walk out the door, I look to my left, maybe I notice from my peripheral that the cameras is on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely mad, nervous. I'm definitely like not feeling good because, man, I'm getting closer to that day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I don't want to let them see me sweat, even though it's such a sensitive subject. You know what I'm saying? Such a sensitive matter. You know what I'm saying? At hand. And so I smirk. That's the only thing I can think of.
Right.
That's and I mean, You know what I'm saying? I ain't think it was cool.
Yeah,
but
this ain't the first smirk he done had. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't the first smirk he done had.
Yeah.
He smirked in the picture. You know what I'm saying? He smirking, smiling. I don't know if he just, you know what I'm saying, he could be highly favored or whatever them Christian folk be saying. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know. It just don't sit well with a person, you know what I'm saying, on a normal basis of somebody being on trial for murder. You know what I'm saying? Either you've been promised something or, you know what I'm saying, you just don't give a damn at all. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody we didn't seen on previous cases, I didn't seen judges speak about someone having humor during a trial, I guess addressing, black folks anyway, all I didn't see. You go to court, I think it was one individual, he was smiling or laughing in court, or he said something to the family, you know what I'm saying? And when she made her sentencing, or he or she made his sentencing, and they brought up that his lack of, you know what I'm saying, his lack of emotion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When she was in her ruling, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that I hope that be the case as well when it comes to this, because it looks like he, you know what I'm saying, he ain't sorry for nothing he did. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a so-called mistake, he say. You see what I'm saying? He ain't sorry for none of that game.
Now, let me ask you a question, and it's just we're not professionals up here. You know, we don't know anything,
Right.
but you are Mr. Constitution.
Yeah.
So should we be concerned to the fact that officers can use immunity to avoid trial? Because this is a stand your ground immunity, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like stand your ground should be like we're on my property right now.
Yeah.
And if you try to hurt me, I should be able to stand my ground.
But see, you're right. That's
what is stand your ground?
Like the British, from all the studies I did, it was like I said, it's a closed case. It ain't really that hard. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had no business there. You ain't had no business there. It's against the law. Police do not help anybody in civil matters. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, you guilty off the jump. So if anything happened within that perimeter,
why was it a civil matter again? Let's just give a refresh.
Police and government officials, police do not help and abide in civil cases. Civil cases are, which is for us like custody. You know what I'm saying? I stay with you, stay with me, rent or income or tenant type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have paperwork and tolls. And I think it's a few more things. I'm not quite sure. But those three things I just named to you, it's an absolutely no-go. That police helping about, unless you got paper or that you got custody of your kid. Let's see, Vince's, you got papers. You got if you got papers for us to come pick this vehicle up out my yard, you see what I'm saying? Like civil matters, you see what I'm saying? You have to have documentation. Otherwise, when they get called out, hey, you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, handle it another way. But guess what? It didn't happen that way. Now, this is official, documented. This is before anything happened. That's what some people fail to even, we don't even have to go past the point. You see what I'm saying? Anything you do beyond that is illegal. Your presence is not known. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you try to flip it. You see what I'm saying? Their presence is not wanted. You're public servants. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not there serving the public. You're there helping somebody. That's what you're doing for real. See what I'm saying? But it's illegal. So anything after the fact is illegal. Other people like to talk about what went down or how the other started. This is where it began there. You see what I'm saying? So it stops right here. It's illegal. Case closed. But us as people still have to fight, go to court and do all that other stuff. But it's illegal from the jump.
So the only reason that he's able to use immunity
because he's a cop.
Is because he's a cop.
Yeah, they got qualified immunity. I mean, they can lie to you, dog. They can make up whatever. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much.
So this okay, Mr. Eccles. Should something be done? Should that be changed?
Yeah, I think so. I personally think that.
Is that in the Constitution for police officers?
It's in the Constitution for police officers. I'm not quite sure. Now there was another law. I'm not sure exactly how to, you know what I'm saying, decipher those two.
I'm
pretty sure I've never read nothing in the Constitution about them having immunity. It's in some type of law or pass or something. It's in something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna want to quote nothing that I don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've read up on it before. You see what I'm saying? Read up on it before.
Yeah, I really wanted to ask that because if it was you or me, and I'm on the side of your house, unbeknownst to you, because if I was the law, you would at least seen my lights. You would have at least heard my sirens.
Right.
You would have at least got a knock on the door. Mr. Perkins, we're approaching, and that's what I think when I think of the law.
Yeah, put the so-called gun down. Yeah.
Come on now.
But they ain't. They like police. That's when people have to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? I have friends that I play ball with that's police officers. I got friends on forces, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And they have a thing, personally, they have they have a thing called the 99 felony law. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a quota that they have to meet. You see what I'm saying? And some officers have an ego for us. Like if you don't know your rights, then I'm gonna violate them off the top. Then like for us, they start off at $26,000. You know, you got people that's making six figures, man, $200-something a year. Some of these officers making. You see what I'm saying? So. With that being said, like if you can't meet your quota or get tickets, then you know what I'm saying, how do they base their raises off of? Now they can't say that because it's illegal, but the more tickets you get, the more arrests you get, you know what I'm saying, that's based off, you know what I'm saying, how you conduct yourself, you know what I'm saying, as well, is based off your pay rate. You see what I'm
How
saying?
does that serve the community?
Man, it's on serve the
That
community.
fails the community.
I'm talking about they make everybody targets. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about to a wrong officer, mind you, to a dirty officer, like if you I guess if he don't meet his quota, he can't get, you know what I'm saying, he can't move up in the game like he wanted to or so fast that he can, then you ran that stop sign when you didn't. You see what I'm saying? Or you were speeding when you wouldn't. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second.
Yeah.
And just look at the whole thing. Is the Constitution federal?
Yeah, federal Supreme Court law.
Okay, so the Constitution is over state laws. Again, we're gonna just reestablish that. All right, so if the state laws don't really follow, they only follow the Constitution softly.
Yeah, they got their own Constitution too.
They got their own Constitution.
Yeah.
So is the modern Constitution, is it good for people, you know, everyday Americans in 2025? Can it work for everyday Americans in 2025?
Yeah, if you know how to use it, you know what I mean.
Or am I going to city jail because they got city rules?
You will. Somebody,
and I'm playing out here talking about the Constitution.
Yeah, I done been to jail for.
So the Constitution does not help regular everyday Americans.
If you don't, it does, but like that goes back to what I was saying, Major. And ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to know the rules of the game, if you know what I'm saying, you don't go out and play basketball. I'll use basketball for a scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went out there playing. You don't go out there if you don't know the rules to the game. Double dribbling, fouling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Traveling. You know what I'm saying? Don't know how to dribble the ball. That's like the words of the rule to the life. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna play the game of life and don't know your constitutional rights? You see what I'm saying? The laws of what you supposed to expect out of the game. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's all a game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And once you find out the rules to the game, it's no longer a game no more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to ask another question. Does qualified immunity need to be abolished or reformed? Even though I know I'm asking you the same question twice. Yeah. I gotta ask it again. Does the qualified immunity for the cops, should that just be out of here? Should it at the point where clearly you unalive a man, an innocent man. You know what I'm saying? He was in his own yard.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. I think he was innocent.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so an innocent man, he's unalived, and so I'm just wondering. And I think this ain't just an Alabama thing. I think this happened all across the nation.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So should that immunity joint be? You know what I'm saying? When a life is taken, maybe.
Yeah, I would say because I want to think about the other. I want to make my decision not based off my feelings. You see what I'm saying? I want to make my decision based off the officer's life as well. Because there's niggas out here taking officers' lives too. So I can't just. You see what I'm saying? I have to base my decision off both of them. You see what I'm saying? But I think maybe so, or revise to a very, very small extent. You see what I'm saying? Or mostly just hold that person accountable. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Individually. Because a lot of people try to use it just to get away scot-free.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Or try to use your life was in danger because you scared. If you scared, you need to get another job. And then other people asking like, to me, why you won't, or then you want to go be a police officer. What you mean why I want to go? I can go be one if I want to. Because first of all, I ain't no felon. You know what I'm saying? I can go be one if I want to. But guess what? I don't think I fit that job criteria like a lot of other officers.
I think you would be a wonderful
you know what I'm saying?
Law enforcement.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I
think it would be the ideal what we need.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what the people need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be because first of all, because I was just about to go into the fear of a cop. You know what I'm saying? Like all a cop got to do is say I was scared, and then now I can get him out of his car. Mm-hmm. You was telling me this off camera earlier, right? So I can say anything that I'm scared,
right?
And I'm scared just because you was black and your teeth was gold, and you
Yeah.
was talking to me with some intelligence and a little bit of sauce, and I didn't like it. You put too much sauce on it, on the intelligence, with the black and the gold, and I didn't like it, Mr. Eccles. I didn't like it, and so now I want to lock you up on because I'm scared.
Right.
So, is that a thing? Should we not be hiring kids that's we know soft?
Yeah. No, there. But I think it was one just to go a little bit slightly off what you're saying. I think it was one meeting I was at last year, and it was one of the people asked, who don't like police officers? Who had issues with police officers? Raise your hand. They raised their hand. And then the second question was, who gonna let their son or kid become a police officer? You know what I'm saying? They didn't raise their hand. Who think we need police officer reform? They raise their hand. So you raise your hand for you think the police is wrong, but you ain't gonna raise your kid up, you know what I'm saying, to try to shoot what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like if you think that it's a problem in the police department, you know what I'm saying, but you won't, you know what I mean, but you're not, but we're at the same time you don't want kids to, we're not raising our kids to, you know what I'm saying, to try to compete for their position or change their position, then we'll always be in the same place. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong, but and one person ain't gonna make no change either. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was telling you off camera, some of them cops scared to say something. You see what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? You can want somebody to stand up for your back, but what about his family though? You see what I'm saying? Like this, like let's say for instance, like
they got.
And I'm not taking
rules.
up for the cop now. People, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be 100, you're gonna be 100. You see what I'm saying? If you gotta be a man of great. I'm a man. I try my best to be a man of great integrity and great principles. You know what I'm saying? And I hold accountability. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Or if I feel some type of way, I feel some type of way. And thinking about it as a human, bro, not just by how I feel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, I just lost train of thought.
You all good?
What was that about the cop? When I was saying about being for us being a cop, you know what I'm saying? I've seen video. I've seen the person where for us if you tell about the corruption inside of the, you know what I'm saying, inside of the place, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, you liable to get treated any type of way or get down or get bashed out, you know what I'm saying, just like we probably seen that firefighter today. I don't know exactly what happened in the detail, but he said something and then get demoted all the way down like that.
Because you're
not
a gang member,
right? But we are held to a different standard. Yeah. When we get in trouble, we see it all over. Kyrie say something. You see how they blackball him. You know, when we get in trouble or we do something, it's a whole totally different ball game. It's all the way down to being a community police officer. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When we held different when we do something wrong, or if we so-called do something wrong. You see what I'm saying? So, but I ain't gonna lie, for my brother or for my next man, I get on the stand and lie to y'all. Understand me? So what in my mind think that a cop won't do the same thing for his brother? You see what I'm saying? I can't be ignorant and not think like that. You see what I'm saying? So now it makes sense why y'all don't say nothing. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense why you don't say nothing. That's your brother. It's a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Just like I would for my brother. You see what I'm saying? Just like I would for my brother or my community. I get on the stand and lie for him. Just like they will for one another. You see what I'm saying? Now, they don't make it right. They don't make it wrong. Whatever the case, whatever make, you know what I'm saying? You may want to cut out of that. But you know what I'm saying? I have to put myself out of the shoes and think of myself in the third person or as a police officer if I was one. Hey, that's my buddy, man. Damn, he made an accident, bro. He made an accident. Cuz, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get on the stand. I'm talking about I falsified some paperwork for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. You got to get yourself together now. You know what I'm saying? You have to think like that. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't be, and then like whether I'm wrong or right about it, but it's these are facts. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You have to think like that.
That's how humans are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do it for my brother. Yeah. I'm going to do it for my friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna do the same thing I just spoke about that cop gonna do for his buddy and his friend in that system that they gotta go home to their family, that they claim this little blue gang life, whatever they family. You see what I'm saying? Just like a basketball team or your teammates, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, you family, they sticking together in that form of fashion. You see what I'm saying? So now it's understood. So now that make me better understand their motives and how they move. You see what I'm saying? Just like with the new situation with LJ. You know what I'm saying? Hold
on. We're going to get to LJ. Hold on. No. You good. I got to ask you another question. How did you feel about DPD police chief stepping down? Did you think that was the right thing? Did you think that was the best thing that he could have done?
Should have been done.
He should have done it earlier.
Should have been done. You know what I'm saying? But he was getting money. Like
he was getting money?
Yeah. Like when you do the law, when you learn the laws, you know what I'm saying? When you learn the laws, I guess you can put it in whatever. My favorite metaphor is basketball. You know, the mayor is Adam Silver. See what I'm saying? And Adam Silver, you can see him as Adam Silver, or you can see him as a general manager of a team, which is the police department. See what I'm saying? So he hires every last one of them have to go in front of the mayor. You know what I'm saying? When they get hired, the mayor is the GM of the team. You see what I'm saying? And Pinion is the head coach. You see what I'm saying? And then you got all the players, which is the officers. You know what I'm saying? He should have been stepped down. You know what I'm saying? He tried to redact that story and all that. You know what I'm saying? Them folks don't. When I say, bro, they don't give a damn. Now, Pinion. You know what I'm saying? This is my opinion, bro. He got his intentions or whatever. I don't know. I feel like his intention was messed up the first time. He threw me off when he lied. You see what I'm saying? But he can't control them officers. When we was out there, I think it was day 4 yesterday, make a year when they had put Contrilla in cuffs. You know what I'm saying? My auntie and them had to hold me back. I was finna go to jail.
That was. When I seen that was tough imagery to see because I was like, I know Contrilla ain't did nothing. Like that's little Controller. She ain't did nothing. I knew. What did they say she did?
Man, I'm talking about. I can't, bro. It was.
They didn't even say that she did anything.
Man, didn't nobody do nothing. They just came out there regulating like the North Side Crips or something. Talking about they came out there. I'm talking about regulating. They started surrounding us. I'm talking about, man, they came out there regulating. You understand me? We're talking about like we.
So you was there,
yeah.
But you don't know what she did wrong.
I'm talking about. I forgot exactly what they say. That she, you know what I'm saying? That they say that what they try.
But no, what I'm saying is you was there with her and she didn't do nothing wrong.
No,
did you?
Talking about she didn't nobody do nothing. We was just marching and talking. You see what I'm saying? But if anything, it could have been something simple as far as disorderly conduct. I don't know exactly what they tried to put her because my mind went blank. But my auntie, you know what I'm saying? I was already out on bond for the littering that they put me on the front page for. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So I was already nervous because I had a mask on and the other dude had a mask on. You know what I'm saying? And they was out there and they was telling him to take it off. It's illegal to wear your mask. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody in public. You know, they were trying to state some type of code or something like that. Yeah, wanted him to take it off.
That can't be true.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not true. You know what I'm saying? They, like I told, that's why they call it, man, they can lie. They lie all day long. You know what I'm saying? I mind you, I ain't saying I don't hate police officers because right now, if my family need them right now, I'm sitting right here.
I will call the police. But that's what I want. I want the cops to be what I need them to be.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be in our business if we ain't called you over here.
Yeah, because I'm going to give them smoke every time. I ain't even going to lie. They try to call a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? You might not like me, you might not do, but you ain't going to do nothing to me anyway. So it don't matter. So I talk. If I get disrespected, if I give you the utmost respect, I don't care what type of stature you stand on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to show me. You're going to either respect me or check me. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to give you yours. I'm going to give excuse me, yes, sir, no, sir. I'm going to give you all yours. But once mine is violated and I see that you're not going to give me any, then I'm going to reciprocate it back to you. You see what I'm saying? And we can take it all the way. And I'm really, like, to be honest, I don't mean no harm. I'm not trying to influence nobody, but I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to kill or die and go to jail for how I feel or what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me.
Okay. Is there anything people can do that might be following the case to support Steve Perkins?
Yeah. I guess just that's another thing to me. We get culture, man. I don't. Can I talk to the people?
Yeah, talk to them.
Hey,
that's your camera right there.
Let me tell you something, man. We had ancestors die for us. You know that, right? Talking about that died, they hung kids, they slaughtered kids, they raped kids, they hung babies, they sold baby as properties. You see what I'm saying? So don't wait till it hits your front door to stand up for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? Don't wait. Either we gonna what's that? Live together or we gonna die alone or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like that. But see, I can't even talk or get it out because I have so much passion about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't wait till it come to your front door. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I'm not asking you to. Ain't nobody asking to get no money or nothing like that. But don't you know what we done been through as people? You know that. You know what I'm saying? You get up and stand up for somebody, man, because you want something. Because turn around, it ain't far from your front door. You see what I'm saying? Because what happened to him can happen to anybody. You talking about that live in the community. You see what I'm saying? So don't not stand up and say anything for somebody. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that. It was way too close for me because we was born the same year. I seen Steve on and off through the years growing up, and And I seen myself in Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Not like that, but like I'm a worse guy than Steve. Like
Yeah.
Steve, Steve, I
Yeah.
don't think Steve ever got in trouble or nothing or
Right,
did nothing
right.
wrong or
Right,
I did
exactly.
wrong.
Exactly.
And man, and I just didn't think he deserved that. You know what I'm
Nah, he
saying?
didn't
Yeah,
deserve
I
it,
just
and
didn't
to me,
think.
the other guy deserved to die as well. That's just my personal feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? One, it's a lot of people like to pick and choose. I just think it's an eye for an eye.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's an eye for an eye in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And if you, even if I did it personally on accident, I would still feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I would still feel bad as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So-called accident, but it wasn't no accident. So
if somebody's watching or listening and wants to become more constitutionally aware, where's a good place for them to start?
I had some people asking me to start some, but I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I just all been doing it just off faith and off love and off mentality and off, you know what I'm saying, just the love for my people and never charge them anything. You see what I'm saying? You want to know how to beat a traffic ticket? You want to know how to do this or do that? Hit my inbox. I got you. If I can help you with anything, I got you. No charge. GP. You know, I broke the chains off my mind. I'm willing to break the chains off the next. You know what I'm saying? Free of charge.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Free of charge. You know what I'm saying? Because for instance, like 2 heads always better than one. 10
That's a
heads
fact.
better than 9.
That's a fact.
1,000 better than 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can break the chains off somebody else's head and then we can turn around, even if they don't stick together, it's the object of me thinking that if I can break the chains and then now guess what? More people, then when we stick together, I'm more powerful than I am by myself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm more powerful than I am by myself.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That was a good answer. Now, do you have any closing thoughts, or do you have any closing thoughts on the immunity situation, the trial, the Steve Perkins as a whole situation?
Yeah. It's justice for Steve Perkins. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all day long. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Controller strong, Nick Perkins strong, Perkins family strong, the whole nine. My prayers out there for everybody. And ain't no side. First off, foremost. You know what I'm saying? I got love and wish the best for everybody in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I hope and pray every day, you know what I'm saying, that they stand on business. Cause I feel as though if I knew the people, not saying I am since we're gonna be on that, I hope they burn this motherfucker down.